Hello, Fiona Campbell from Fragrance of Being here. For those of you who don't know me, my mission is to hold a space for women who are hungry to know who and what they truly are. I help them to connect to their true inner power so that they can live life on their terms and nobody else's. I'm passionate about helping women to stand up and to claim their own beingness, their uniqueness, their unique expression of themselves and nobody else's. And today I wanted to tell you a little story. And it's a story that I heard many years ago, told by the late Debbie Ford, the shadow worker. And this is a true story that took place in Thailand in 1957, when a group of monks were put in charge of moving a gigantic Buddha of clay to a new building. And the monks gathered together to try and understand what was the best way to move this gigantic statue. And while they were checking, one of the monks noticed a very large crack in the chest, in the region of the heart of the Buddha. And the monks were very worried and concerned that they would damage their idol even further. So they decided to take 2 or 3 days to think very carefully the best way of doing it. And when night came, one of the monks came out to check on the Buddha. And he came out with his torch and started to shine it all around the Buddha. And when the light reached the region of the heart where the crack was, something reflected back at him. And he was very curious, so he rushed back into the monastery and he took a hammer and chisel. And he began to slowly and very carefully chip away the clay. And he worked for hours chipping away at this clay until he stood back in amazement to see what was in front of him. Because in front of him was a Buddha of pure gold, an enormous pure gold Buddha. And historians believe that the Buddha was covered in clay in order to prevent it from being stolen when the Burmese army invaded Thailand in 1767. In fact, all the monks were killed, but the Buddha remained. Nobody touched it. And it wasn't until that day in 1957 that this treasure was discovered. So you're probably saying, well, why are you telling me this? Well, basically because just like that gold Buddha covered in clay, we too are covered in clay, in mud, whatever else you want to call it. And all of this mud are all the old beliefs, the false images we have of ourselves, all the conditionings, the roles, the constructs that we have been given, all the old emotions, all the baggage of pain that we carry on us. And we need to take courage and to chip away at all this clay and all this mud that no longer serves us. We need to let it all go. And we need to give ourselves permission to shine. We need to give ourselves permission to allow the gold that we are to come out. And we need to claim our own identity, our true identity, our own beingness, and allow the fragrance, the unique fragrance of our being to emanate. And this is what I'd like you to do today. Allow yourself to shine. Allow your true fragrance to emanate from you. And I want you to have a golden day. Make it a very special day, because you deserve it. Have a good one.